Ouch. What are we gonna do today?
Why not go see the animals?
Said Phippy with a smile.
We'll go to the zoo.
Yeah! Z let out a whoop and ran to find some shoes.
We present to you
Phippy Goes to the Zoo, a Kubernetes story. The first animals they came upon were the size of squirrels. Furry and blue, each little animal carried a tiny box as they unceasingly zipped back and forth.
those
Said Phippy.
are pods. All day and all night, they run back and forth carrying their little containers.
Is that all they do, Aunt Phippy?
Yup, see, for their entire lives, that's all the pods do. They run. Pods. In Kubernetes, pods are responsible for running your containers. Every pod holds at least one container and controls the execution of that container. When the containers exit, the pod dies too. Pods are the basic unit for running containers inside of Kubernetes, and a pod provides a way to set environment variables, mount storage, and feed other information into a container.
As Phippy and Z walked on, they saw a large glass enclosure. Pressed against the window was a line of happy little meerkat faces.
Those are the replica sets.
Said Phippy. As Z watched, the face on the right grinned widely and tipped itself off the ledge. In unison, the others hopped over to fill the space, and then an identical meerkat scurried up on the left side.
Every time one little replica falls, another one hops right up.
Explained Phippy.
Replica sets. A replica set ensures that a set of identically configured pods are running at the desired replica count. If a pod drops off, the replica set brings a new one online as a replacement. Replica sets are considered a low-level type in Kubernetes, and often Kubernetes users opt for higher-level abstractions like deployments and daemon sets.
Walking further, Z pointed out a clump of burrows and warrens. While there were plenty of signs that the area was inhabited, neither Phippy nor Z could see a single movement.
The secrets are in there,
Said Phippy.
but you can't see them without these decoder glasses.
Z took a pair of glasses that Phippy offered, slid them on, and blushed. Oh my, I think I'm ready to go now, Aunt, said Phippy. Z handed back the glasses, and onward they went.
Secrets. Secrets are used to store non-public information, such as tokens, certificates, or passwords. Secrets can be attached to pods at runtime so that sensitive configuration data can be stored securely in the cluster. Secrets are base 64 encoded at rest, but the data is automatically decoded when attached to a pod. Secrets can be attached as files or environment variables. Use add-on encryption providers for blocking your data.
A group of iguanas gathered near a large slingshot along the shore of a pond. An island stood in the center of the water. An iguana threw herself into the slingshot, and the other iguanas launched the little beast toward the island.
The deployments release a group onto the island. Right now, they're trying to get 3 out there.
Said Phippy. At that moment, another iguana rocketed into the air, but missed the island with a colossal splash in the pond. Phippy said,
If they miss, they just keep trying until they get as many as they need. Deployments. A deployment is a higher order abstraction that controls deploying and maintaining a set of pods. Behind the scenes, it uses a replica set to keep the pods running, but it offers sophisticated logic for deploying, updating, and scaling a set of pods within a cluster. Deployments support rolling updates and rollbacks, and rollouts can even be paused.
Several stone pillars arose from a grassy knoll, and at the top of each sat a vulture. As Z and Phippy watched, one vulture spread its wings and flapped off into the distance. No sooner had one left than another took its place. Z asked, "What are they doing?"
Those are daemon sets.
said Phippy.
They make sure to occupy every pillar, rain or shine, day or night. I bet that if we added a new pillar, a new bird would land on it faster than you could say, cube, cuddle.
Chuckled Phippy.
Daemon sets. Daemon sets provide a way to ensure that a copy of a pod is running on every node in the cluster. As the cluster grows and shrinks, the daemon set spreads these specifically labeled pods across all of the nodes. Daemon sets have many uses. One frequent pattern is to use a daemon set to install or configure software on each host node.
As they walked on, they saw an aquarium with an enormous reef. Edge to edge, it appeared that the rock would keep anything from passing from one side to the other. Z watched as hundreds of tiny fish made a dash for the center of the face of the rock. At full speed, the fish swam into a hole bored into the rock face and momentarily vanished from sight. Z let out a gasp. Multicolored flashes erupted from the opposite side of the coral. Instead of coming out of a single hole, the fish seemed to materialize from tiny fissures all over the far side of the rock.
Ingresses are beautiful,
said a dreamy-eyed Phippy. Enchanted, Z muttered, uh-huh.
Ingresses. Ingresses provide a way to declare that traffic ought to be channeled from the outside of the cluster into destination points within the cluster. One single external ingress point can accept traffic destined to many different internal services. Ingresses route traffic to and from the cluster. They provide a single SSL endpoint for multiple applications, and many different implementations of an ingress allow you to customize for your platform.
Z pointed to the raccoons sprawled motionless in the next enclosure. What's wrong with them? Suddenly, one sprung to its feet, did jumping jacks, and then settled back down for another nap.
Those are cron jobs,
said Phippy.
Mostly, they just sleep, but periodically, they spring into action to do a specific job.
As she spoke, another bolted upright, grabbed a broom, swept the entire enclosure, and then dropped off to sleep again. Aunt Phippy, can I bring that one home to clean my room? Phippy laughed as they walked on.
Cron jobs. Cron jobs provide a method for scheduling the execution of pods. They're excellent for running periodic tasks like backups, reports, and automated tests. They use common cron syntax to schedule tasks, and they're also part of the batch API for creating short-lived non-server tools.
Z halted abruptly. In the distance, a black railed fence arose. The arches above the pen were marked C, R, D. Between the bars, Z could make out some peculiar critters. A giraffe with a hippopotamus head, a snake with